But I mean, when it comes to this humanism thing, let me think. I mean, one thing is, of course, should we preserve the human being as it is, or can we go beyond it? There I'm a little scared. I mean, not a transhumanist in that sense, right? But do I want to make a categorical distinction between what a human being is and what other things is? No. I actually want to reduce that, to overcome it. I mean, and this is something I need to ask you. I mean, I always run into the trouble when I say, because I do say resonance is a certain form of relationship between two entities. That's what I really claim, right? And the entities don't necessarily need to be human beings. So, for example, I describe that I can get into resonance, let's say, with a mountain. I love the mountain, so I use this very often. Let's say, I don't know, let's take a certain mountain, Kilimanjaro in Africa, maybe, right?
Which has no ice anymore.
A little bit. And then people say, yes, but it's only projection, right? I feel called by the mountain, but the mountain doesn't care about me. And that actually always puts me in a certain trouble, because on the one hand, I have two possibilities. One would be there's an asymmetry. It's only me who resonates with the mountain, but not the mountain, and I want to avoid this. I would say, I don't quite know what the mountain does, but there are good and then I actually refer to Bruno Latour, who says, well, it's not the way the world is. It's a very specific, scientific, modern outlook to think that the mountain certainly cannot react with me. So would you say that the mountain somehow interacts with me? Does he answer me? Does he call me?
Yeah. Well, Gaia, it's
yes.
Basically being in Gaia does the same experience as being in nature.
In
nature.
Yeah,
so, this is why I'm so interested in Gaia.
Yeah.
Which is not a totality, by the way. It's connections of historical and branching of all these entities like trees and bugs and so on. So it does not achieve totality, because it's the way of spreading life from 5 billion years ago. So it doesn't have the same globality as the globe, precisely.
Yeah, okay.
We use Peter Sloterdijk argument. It's not a sphere. It is actually, it's more like a lichen. It expanded. And it was, in the exhibition I'm doing in Karlsruhe, called Critical Zone, we have a beautiful demonstration. But Gaia, when it was 4 billion years ago, was just very thin, because it was just a microbial mat.
Okay.
And then, as Lynn Margulis, who is one of the great scientists, the show is about Humboldt, Lovelock, and Margulis. And a great invention happened, which was trees.
Yes.
And trees built vertically. But until that, life was just very, 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 very small mat. And it's the mat which produced the oxygen, and then now there is an atmosphere, and it's slightly thick, but not much.
So does that mean Gaia is your term for the network of life?
Plus all the things that life has changed, which means water, atmosphere, of course, and heat. And now everybody knows that because of the ecological crisis. So now when we look at those clouds and the heat, yesterday it was very hot. We looked at it as a dome, so to speak, not as an infinite space. And that's my answer to your book, so to speak, is these mixtures of accessibility, and certainly we are locked in by the pandemic, is a metaphor for the extraordinary situation that before we looked at the sky and it was infinite, and suddenly we look at it and say, that's something I have to be worried about. And I don't know how you react to that, but I think the only thing myself I can look at without being worried is the moon. Because the moon, I have no influence on the moon. The stars, of course, but they are a bit far. But if I look at the sky, it's my job now to take it, right?
But yeah, I must say I dislike that idea. I dislike. I understand what you mean. This is the Anthropocene thing, right? It is related to me. I understand.
I'm responsible for the heat.
Yes, I know. In the way I know. I mean, in the way I read your work, I would say I understand. I think you're recapturing this sense of listening and answering, right? It has something to do with me, right? It's not an independent reality. I'm connected to it. I mean, that's the sense.
And that's hard.
it's hard enough.
That's the lock-in. We have a lock-in.
Yeah, but it sounds so threatening. I mean, I must say, and sometimes I find that maybe I'm more of a romantic than I like to, right? But I do, because I'm an astronomer, right? I love to watch the stars, really. I have
the stars is okay. You do nothing with them.
No, but I would... No, but how can you say that? Come on. Because I would say that's, the idea that the moon has nothing to do with me is part of the natural modern science which you criticize.
No, but
I mean, if all the other cultures had their very strict sense, and actually we do know that the moon has something to do with me.
Yes, but in the other cultures, at least it's not in your
everyday,
socially, politically, culturally extension, so to speak. But now if you look at the temperature,